partner, Dr. Fenefter Rosenblue, the many syllables from both of our long and hyphenated names floating and tossing in the air between the two of us. And opposite me is Miss Keller, the other bookend, the assistant teacher who's become a partner, the one who knows all that we do in 4th grade and who is always more than generous with her help and her time. And just beyond the edge of the photo, you can almost see Mrs. Singer, our reading specialist. And she is one of the special F teachers in our school because she helps everyone read and write. Between us is all of our 4B class. B for bright and beautiful, and maybe bubbly too. And up in the top left, that's Ezra, the one who's just moved here from a little school in Vermont. And in this photo, he's still a little shy and new, but we're so glad that he's joined our class, and now we can't imagine it without him. And he's seated next to Harrison, back before his teeth were braced and banded in colors to match his beloved Red Sox. But not before he became the oldest brother of the 3 annoying sisters he mentions often, even though we all know how much he secretly loves them all and how kind and generous he always is with all of us. And there's one of the Gabes, Gabe 3, and he might be smiling because in the spring he's going to become the youngest member of the Newton AAA Baseball League, and he's going to write a picture book about Barack Obama. Next to him is Evan, smiling and looking eagerly ahead, just the way he looks forward to each and every day as an opportunity to ask questions and to learn and do his best. And there's Adam too, smiling in Spanish or English or Hebrew and peering eagerly into the future where he's trying to see Pennsylvania and if Lexi, his new puppy, has been born yet or not, so that he can write a great poem about her. Our other Gabe, Gabe 2, proudly perches at the end of the top row. He's a runner, and he's sporting a Mayor's Cup t-shirt, which maybe he's won along with that first trophy. The one that showed him how to stretch out a moment and use vivid verbs and revise. In the second row, that boy in the Cubs t-shirt is Zach. He's grinning. Maybe he's thinking that this will be the year for his team, or maybe he's just found another worldly wise word in that book he's reading, and he's about to use it to write something clever and witty. And next to him is Seth, sitting up tall and happy, with his enthusiasm for reading and books and life radiating around him and spreading to the rest of us. Or maybe he's smiling because he can see himself on stage as Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. And there's Ethan, the boy in the very middle. He's the middle child in his family of 5 kids, and he's always at the center of our class, a force that helps hold us together and also moves us forward. And if you look really closely, you can see that he's hidden a nonfiction book in his lap, and he's secretly reading it at this very moment. And there's Josh, smiling and maybe giggling at the penguins that are dancing in his head, and maybe even across the opposite wall, just like a scene out of Mary Poppins. Or maybe he's imagining what it would be like to become a king at age 10, just like King Tut, whom he studied. But that's not all, because down in the front, seated all together, are the 6 4B girls bobbing in the sea of boys. But they have become strong swimmers, and they have found their voices and one another. There's Natalie, that girl who reads every word and thinks about each one and what it might mean. And she's the one who always knows how to be a good friend to everyone, how to be kind and thoughtful. And there's Rose, back before she knew just how very, very much she's going to accomplish during this 4th grade year. Back before she went to Israel and became an expert on Julia Child. And there's Elle, wearing some of the many bracelets she's made for herself and for everyone in our class, carefully planning the specific colors for each specific child. She's the one who loves to create things, to draw and to bake, and she generously shares her gifts with the rest of us. And there's Julia, still the new girl back then, but no longer. Now we all know how she has her own special style of drawing, how she loves black and white, how she can write a poem that rhymes, but back then, maybe she felt a little shy about putting herself into the classroom mix, the one that we now can't imagine without her. And there's Stacy, smiling and probably simultaneously playing a piano piece by Chopin in her head, just as she's about ready to tie on her skates and turn, flip, and pirouette right out of this very photograph. And there's Naomi, the girl who knows so much but doesn't always know how very much she knows and can do. She's a little like Hermione from Harry Potter, and she's smiling at a dolphin or some other sea creature, and she's thinking about using that imagery in a poem on a white book cover, or even in her life, so that one day she might become a marine biologist. She might have a quiet voice, as these other girls might seem, but underneath they all know a lot and have a lot to say and share. you look carefully, you'll see all of the very many questions that have come out of this class, popping and bouncing like the very best popcorn, as well as many of their very thoughtful answers, theories, and ideas. You'll see curiosity and kindness and cooperation and creativity and caring and enthusiasm and respect. You will see that they really do have all of the ingredients from our magic box, sprinkled right inside their very own pockets, just waiting there for the using whenever they want. And you'll see a whole lot of learning, from math to reading, from writing to social studies. These kids look like a bunch who knows how to work harder to get smarter, and they do, and they did. And over there, way off to the side, you can see the 5th grade hallway, and it is beckoning ever more loudly to this 4B bunch, calling on them to grow up even more, challenging them to continue to stretch themselves and to take their many 4th grade gifts and head out the door of room 117 and on their way, even though the silvery shadows of their 4th grade selves will always live and shimmer among the desks